Hi, Mastery Algebra 1. I'm Mr. White, and this is going to be Lesson 3-4, Solving Multi-Step Inequalities. Okay, we already know how to solve inequalities by addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, in this lesson, we're going to practice solving inequalities that require more than one step operations. So, maybe both addition, subtraction, and multiplication, or maybe subtraction and division. We need to be careful, though, that sometimes they have unusual solutions. So for number 1, we have the 6n minus 3 is greater than negative 18. Okay, let's add 3 first. We're going to get 6n greater than negative 18 plus 3 should be negative 15. With the negative 15, we're going to now divide by 6. Divide by 6, and we get n is greater than negative 15, 6, or make sure we try and reduce. N is greater than negative, and what number goes in there? 3. So negative 5 halves. Okay, number 2. Again, we want to solve for p, so let's get rid of the 6 first. So let's subtract 6, then we're left with negative 3p greater than or equal to negative 9, and negative 6 make negative 15. Now let's take that negative 3 and divide by negative 3. Hopefully the light went on from the last section on 3.3. When we divide by negative 3, we need to make sure we flip the sign. So we're going to get p is less than or equal to negative 15, and negative 3 make positive 5. So we really want all the p's that are less than or equal to 5. Okay. 3. Now we have parentheses. So remember, let's remove the parentheses by your favorite property, distribution. Okay, make sure you distribute the 4 to both sides. Excuse me, not both sides, to both the 6 and the 12. So we get negative 4 less than or equal to 24y minus 48. And then we have this lonely 2y out here. Okay, before we start moving things left and right, let's combine like terms. So we have this 24y and this negative 2. So we're going to get negative 4 less than or equal to 24 minus 2 is 22y. And then we still have that minus 48. Okay. We need to get the y by itself. It's attached to a 22. But we also have that negative 48. So let's add 48 over to the other side. 48 minus 4 gives us 44. And then we have less than or equal to 22y. So all that's left now is we take the 22y and divide it to both sides. And we should have y and this less than or equal to sign and 2. Okay? But really, if we read left to right, this is 2 is less than or equal to y. We can flip it or move it on the other side, and we have put the y and the 2, which is maybe a little easier. Just remember that the greater part, or the little pointers on the 2, and the greater part's on the y. So it's actually all of the y's that are greater than or equal to 2. All right, go ahead and hit pause. Quick little self-check quiz. You're going to do 4, 5, and 6. Check back in a couple of minutes. Go. Alright, welcome back. Number 4, you should have gotten C less than 2. Don't forget to switch the sign when you divide by that negative. Number 5 should have been V is less than or equal to negative 1. Again, when we divide by the negative 2, switch the sign. And 6, when we divide by 8, stays the same. So S is less than or equal to negative 1/2. On 7, just double checking again, because we have parentheses, we need to distribute. So we have negative 5r plus 6 less than or equal to, again, opposite of r is negative, so this becomes negative 5r. Negative 5 times positive 2 is minus 10. Okay. Now let's combine like terms. So let's move the 6. So we're going to subtract 6 over. We're left with negative 5r less than or equal to negative 5, and then this makes negative 16. Let's add the opposite for the 5r. Add the opposite for the 5r. Okay. What happens? We get 0 because the r's cancel. So 5 minus 5 is 0. So is 0 less than or equal to negative 16? And the answer is no. Okay. Since this is no, we now have a no solution problem. 8. Distribute again. So we have 6w minus 4 less than or equal to 6w plus, by distributing, this is 12. Okay. If we add the 4, we get 6w less than or equal to 6w plus 16. Okay. By subtracting 6w, we get 0 again. Is 0 less than or equal to 16? And the answer is true. Okay. So since this is true, this is going to be true for all reals. So this is all real numbers. So we have many solutions. Number 9, we need to find, circle, and explain the error in the work below. Then show how to do the problem correctly. Again, we can look at that problem, or let's, again, step to the side for a second. We have 5p plus 3, because sometimes it's hard to find a mistake. So let's just do the problem ourselves from the properties that we know and see if it matches up. So hopefully we distribute. Okay. So we get 5p plus 15 greater than 4p plus 2. Okay. Next step, if we subtract the 15, we're going to get 5p greater than 4p minus 13, negative 15 plus 2. And then if we subtract 4p, hopefully we get p is greater than negative 13. Okay, that's what it probably should be. If we look over here, it's not. So let's kind of match up. The first step, if you distribute, they got 5p, and then we distribute, you should have had 15 up. There's our first mistake right there. Okay, and it looks like they did everything else right. So the mistake is when distributing, what did they not do? They didn't distribute that 5 to the 3 inside the parentheses. So let's say that. So when originally distributing the 5 was distributed to the p, but not the 3. So in essence, we should have gotten 5 times p plus 3 should have been equal to 5p plus 15. Hey, that was lesson 3.4. Congratulations. Do your best, forget the rest. Make sure to continue with the bookwork. Check your practice. Have a wonderful day.